Yes, Sam. It is Friday once again. Sam is in the chat with us here already. Yeah. Weeks can go by fast. Like, have you heard someone explain time that way? That like when you're younger, it seems to go by so slow, but then when you get older, time moves faster because you've experienced more years in your life, so they like it like condenses the amount of time that like I'm not explaining it right at all, but do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know that. No? Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. It's a weird thing how like stuff like that can like our perception of time can change in that way.
Do you know how dogs tell time?
I feel like there's a joke in there.
There's not a joke. There's only science. I feel like now you're going to get a letter in the mail and you're going to open it up and it's going to say, "Congratulations, sir. You're a father now because of that excellent dad joke. You don't have a child, but you've earned the title of father."
Yes.
Dogs tell time by smelling. So their owner is at the house. They smell their owner when their owner's around them. Owner goes to work. The live owner smell is now no longer in the house. The dog gets a sense.
The dead owner is now in the house.
No! Like when the owner comes back later, like their scent had dissipated over the day and now they're back. So like the next day the dog knows, okay, when my master's scent has like dissolved down to like 10% opacity or whatever, that's the time when he comes home from work.
Interesting. Never thought about that. Huh. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's the podcast. We'll leave you with that one.
You learn one science fact and then you go home. I don't even know if it's real science. I don't remember where I learned that. I'm only pretty sure it's true.
I mean, it makes sense, right? That like they would get used to stuff like that. My parents' dogs are so on like a set schedule. Though, and so like when you mention that, like I'm trying to, like figure out how that works in my head because my parents are retired, so they're at home all day today. But my dogs just know when it's like 7 o'clock and it's time for them to eat. They like you can just see them like looking at you and just hey, I'm like, I know what time it is. Like it's time to eat. It's time to fucking eat. Let's go. Let's go.
I think I looked at my parents like that.
Great. Just like, yeah, it's time to eat. Let's fucking go, baby.
Glowering at my dad from around the edge of a door frame, like, Dad, McDonald's or what? Come on, bring me the clown food.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whatnauts Captain's Log number 158. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined, as always, by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, how's your week been?
It's been a fine week. I went to the theater last night, the live outdoor musical theater I tell you about most summers.
Yeah. What did you go see?
I went to see On Your Feet, the story of Emilio and Gloria Estefan.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What inspired you to go check out that one?
I see all of them. That's a rule. I don't...
That's how Melissa lives her life.
Right. Every time the Muni does a season, which is all of the seasons since, I've got a poster on my wall since, like, what is that? 1919? Like forever. Right? 1918. Over 100 years. They have been performing theater. The Municipal Opera of St. Louis, later just nicknamed the Muni. They do live theater outside in a big park. It's big Broadway scale musicals every summer. not last year, but it's back this year. So I've been going to all of them because it's,
That's cool.
I don't know, one of the places where my soul lives, right? So I see everything that they do. But last night was On Your Feet. And boy, howdy, what a delight. That's one of my favorite shows I've seen there in several years.
Good. That's cool. That's cool. I partly because of the pandemic, but I still one day want to just like look up like local theaters around me and just see what plays they're putting on, all that stuff, and just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go one of these days.
You gotta do it.
Haven't done it yet. So
a drama play, a musical, any kind. Puppets, not puppets. This one had fireworks.
Whoa.
You can't get that on an indoor theater. We had fireworks.
That's cool. Interesting. Good stuff. I mentioned Sam was in the chat. Sam, I hope you're doing well this week as
Hi, Sam.
well. I just have to real quick mention that because Psychonauts 2 has been getting such good reviews, today I downloaded the first one. So I've played like the first hour of it now. So I'm going to be playing through that game and then eventually work my way to Psychonauts 2. So
is this your first time playing Psychonauts?
Yes, my first time playing it. Never played it before. Sam says, hell yeah, in all caps, and then hell yeah, in all caps. Good stuff. My week has been okay, but yeah, like I was kind of alluding to, it felt like it went by fast. I don't know. I mean, I guess work was kind of busy this week, and I just felt like I was exhausted, but I don't know. Work is work.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, you know. Work is work.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, let's see. Last week we didn't get to a question, so I think we should start the show off with this.
Yes.
This question, this summertime question. Melissa, this one is all you. Take it away.
What's something you have to do every summer or it doesn't feel like summer? I ask this to you now on the last Friday of August. So if you have anything on this list, it's crunch time. You'd better do it soon.
Yeah. I don't feel like I have things that are like so strict of that's like I have to do this one specific thing, but I do like I just really like cookouts. I like barbecues. So there has to be at least one. I mean, it's good. It's going to happen multiple times, but for me, summer is like let's have a barbecue. Let's get some chicken. Let's get some burgers or hot dogs or something. Let's put all that on the grill. All sorts of like pasta salad, potato salad, this and that, and all sorts of stuff. And like, let's just get a big plate of whatever and put it on there. And it's
big plate of potato salad.
Yeah, and beans and chips and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, just like the like sights and smells of like having the grill running, people running around, the alcohol that's out there, s'mores. If you guys do s'mores and can like do a fire pit, you have to do s'mores.
Is there a Fast and the Furious movie where they make s'mores? Because everything else you've described, I think, is stuff they do in those movies. I know they barbecue a lot and they're full of Coronas, but they never none of the times anybody has ever described a Fast and the Furious movie to me, because I haven't seen any of them yet. They always talk about the barbecue part, and I just want to know if they get to dessert, if like somebody brought a cheesecake or something.
Like is Fast and the Furious 7 the one with s'mores? Like would someone describe it as that? Be like, oh yeah, it's the one with s'mores.
Oh, I hope so. Right? That's how I would describe a movie.
I don't know. I've only seen the first 3, and I still need to do my watch of them all. Now that F9.
What is a movie where somebody makes s'mores?
What is a movie where somebody makes s'mores? I'm looking that up. I mean, there has to be some like Stand By Me, Summertime, you know,
maybe they
the
do in
boys
Stand
being
By Me,
boys.
right?
Yeah.
I'm I know they don't in a Goofy movie. They just eat Hi Dad soup.
Yeah. Movies where they make s'mores. I see food in film, s'mores, and it looks like it's a...
Good.
I guess it's a blog. I thought it was a video. Let me see here. There's the classic scene in Sandlot.
Okay.
I guess that's them mentioning it. It's been forever since I've seen Sandlot.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since high school.
Did they only... Oh, it's only one example. So I guess this blog that I'm on, realfocus.blogspot.com, was doing a food in film challenge that went from A to Z. So they had to find a food that fit that the alphabet. I guess that's the right word for it. The letter in the alphabet. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's a letter, but I don't think that was the right like thing for whatever the fuck. But they were on s'mores, and they were like the Sandlot.
Man, this is.
You know, the alphabet. What do they call the specific things in the alphabet? But it's not a letter.
What's that? The language humans use, the alphabet.
I wasn't looking for the word alphabet, so when I started to say it, I was like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. But I might as well just finish that thought, because it's gonna be even stranger if I just stop at alpha. You know that thing, the alpha, you know.
You know that big, powerful wolf. Our language is this big, powerful wolf.
Good stuff. But no, they put down the Sandlot as s'mores. It has to be, more like camping stuff. I don't know.
Maybe this is why I don't see a lot of people make s'mores on film, is that I don't watch wilderness-based entertainment.
Yeah. I think I could say the same. Yeah, I see a lot of references to the Sandlot. Sandlot, s'mores, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, well, thanks for nothing, Google.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh. Sam wants to know, question for Melissa, did you watch any more of Infinity Train?
No, I haven't yet. I've had to spend time on other podcast homework. I had to read House of Leaves.
House of Leaves is daunting. We'll talk more about that down the road, but
it's time consuming.
I'm sure you've also been busy doing all of the things that you have to do during the summer. So what are the things that you have to do that are like?
I have to go to this theater, as I described earlier. I have to do that. That's summer to me. So I spend one night a week at that theater.
Interesting.
I do that. That's it. I have to eat ice cream outside.
Okay.
I've had ice cream.
Stuff you have in your freezer, or do you have to go get it from somewhere else?
No. I have to go to a frozen custard stand.
Okay.
I've been to a Dairy Queen drive-through, and then I take it back home, and I enjoy a Dairy Queen with my parents, which is a great time.
Sure.
But I've had ice cream, but I need to go and buy ice cream and either purchase it and or eat it outside. Ideally both.
I gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. Makes sense.
So I just got to get like one good ice cream trip in like the next 2 weeks, and summer's good. You can put a stamp on that. Summer accomplished.
Oh,
one place I've been meaning to go to is this combination bank and frozen custard place.
Tell me more. What is this?
It's a bank that also sells frozen custard.
Why?
I don't know. But it's like in the same building.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Simmons Bank.
Do they at least have like a catchy name that can only fit a combination bank and
no. Okay, so it's just
place? Ice cream place?
The bank is just called Simmons Bank. You see a couple of them around. I don't know how wide of a chain they are. That's a pre-established entity. But there's one that is just also attached to a frozen custard stand, and I don't remember if that has its own like specific individual name or if there's just a sign that says frozen custard at the bank.
They have to have some tagline like our frozen custard is the best in the world, and you can take that to the bank. Right next door. No,
they don't. Like
right next door.
It's just a bank, and you can also get frozen custard there. Like there's not an additional gimmick. I think that's it.
Do they have
I've been
someone
there
that like walks around with free samples while you're waiting in line for the
I don't know.
teller?
Kyle, I can't just go into a strange bank. You only go into the bank that's yours. I don't know how Simmons Bank
does it. You
can
go into the bank, case it out, case the join out.
But there's an outside window. Right, this is the bank we're robbing. I should have specified all those weeks ago we're robbing the frozen custard bank. No, there's an outside window. I've been to there, but like I already had ice cream that day. So I went, but I didn't get anything. So I have to go back and like get their frozen custard now actually and eat it.
Can I order custard or ice cream at the bank's drive-through window? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna need to cash this check and I'll take 2 scoops of chocolate. Please.
Kyle, they're not. I don't know if they're open at the same time, because a custard is a 6 p.m. and after food, and a bank is normally closed by that time. Like maybe the frozen custard's open earlier, but that's not a time in the day when I want to go get it. When it's dusk is when you go get frozen custard.
Was a bank. It's completely changed into a Baskin Robbins. Just like, huh? Weird. And they go back the next day. Wait, I thought this was a Baskin Robbins. Hi, what? How is it?
How many flavors of currency do you have?
Flavors of ice cream that is one that is just money. Tastes like money, baby.
You just look into this dish of ice cream, and if you look hard enough, you can see Benjamin Franklin's face, like looking at the face on the moon.
That's good. That's wild, though. A combination bank and ice cream place.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna send you a picture, and you're gonna see how
Please do.
Mundane it is. Like, it's wild in concept, but then you look at it, and you're like, yeah, there's nothing flashy here.
I mean, I'm not expecting it to be flashy, but it's just baffling that exists. A combination bank and ice cream place. That being said, though, I remember out in Montana, my mom had just gotten her first tattoo. And
what? Kyle, we have to spend 10 minutes talking about this.
Okay.
Your mom has multiple tattoos? I should have known.
Yes.
I should have known, Kyle, because you're covered in tattoos, but I also know you're like the weird art boy in this family. And I know, like,
yeah,
you and your parents do not have the same aesthetic at all.
Not at all. My mom kind of grew up more of the hippie of the family.
Okay.
So she is more leaning on that side, but still like very subdued and just kind of goes along with what my dad says and stuff like that. But growing up, my mom ended up with breast cancer. She's a survivor of that, and having to like get all those needles poked in you for the chemo and stuff like that. She was like, I'm thinking of just getting a tattoo, just because why not? One, because I'm a cancer survivor, so I might do some tattoos with that and stuff like that. But the first one she wanted for her 50th birthday.
Oh,
yeah. And so she asked me, since I am the art student of the family, to design her a tattoo. And I was just like, I don't know, like, why would you want my art? Like, what of my art do you want on there? Because that's strange. This happened to be like in my height of like my graffiti phase, where I was all in my sketchbooks and that stuff. I got suspended from high school for doing
a classic Kyle tale.
And so she asked me to design her some graffiti that says the word 50. And so I did. Yeah, and so she has that on the back of her leg, on like the back of her calf.
That's not the tattoo I thought she would have wanted for she turned 50 and just wanted the word 50 printed on her body.
Basically, but in graffiti.
Okay.
So
to prove she's still young.
Yeah. And so, I designed the tattoo, and it is like pink and lime green and black and all, it's this like brightly colored thing. But she almost exclusively like wears pants or stuff, so like no one can see it, no one knows, like all it's just one of those things that's just, she has it, right, and that's it. And then she has one, I don't remember if it's like behind her ear or on the back of her neck. I think it's on the back of her neck. But she got a second one. She only has two, I believe. The second one on the back of her neck is a, I don't remember if they're interwoven or not. I don't think they are. I think they might just be stacked. I think she has a peace sign. And then underneath that is the like breast cancer pink ribbon, but and it's really small. So she has that on the back of her neck there. So that's that. Those are my mom's tattoo.
Oh, that's tattoos. Sweet. I think it's fun. I love the story of older people getting their first tattoo. Like after my dad's parents died, and his sister would have been like in her late 50s, and she's like, well, Mom and Dad aren't around to judge me anymore. I'm going to take some of my inheritance money. I want a tattoo of a dragonfly and nobody can stop me.
Yeah. Exactly. So my mom had just gotten her first tattoo. She's still in the phase where she's like showing it off and be like, yeah, my son Kyle designed it and all that stuff. I'm just like, oh, Mom, like don't do that. Like, you don't have to put me on the spot. Just say you got a tattoo. Right. That's all they care about. So like our family gets to talking about like tattoos and what we would get and all that stuff. And someone brings up the fact that somewhere out in Montana, I don't remember where, I think it was near Bozeman, but I could be wrong. There's a place called the Flesh Factory that supposedly was a combination laundromat, pet store, and tattoo shop. And the fact that the name is Flesh Factory, it just seals the deal.
All right.
I would never want to step foot. in that.
I can understand that for a tattoo parlor only. It's not a great idea. You're not manufacturing flesh. You're just decorating flesh that already exists.
Sure.
Right? You're not also dealing in skin grafts. But the fact that it's also and even like tattoo parlor and laundromat, sure. There's a lot of downtime. While you're waiting for your sheets to dry, you might as well get a Tasmanian devil on your back. Why not? But the fact that it's also a pet store, I don't understand how that relates to either of those things. How did you have room for this? What do you have, like 3 snakes anybody can choose from at a time?
I don't know. It just like I don't know who owns that building. And who thought it would be a good idea to let all 3 of them in? Just like, yeah, you get the tattoo shop, you can be in the back, laundromat up front, but if you want some like snakes or something, they're just they're right back here in aisle 2.
So so now I thought this was like a person who like just had 3 ideas and decided to do all of them at once. But I like this other angle you're presenting where this is 3 separate like business roommates who have to share the same space and they're not related to each other except by geography.
It was just like maybe the guy owns the like tattoo portion or something. I don't know. I'm making this up, but like maybe he owns that bit. But like this was the only building, and was like, I'm only one guy doing this. I don't need all of this space or stuff. So I'll laundromat.
Why don't you sell some mice? Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Sell some goldfish, I
have heard tale of a business somewhere in the Southern California area from a podcast. It might have been Jordan Jesse Go. I don't exactly remember, but I think it is an, LA area based podcast. And there's a store supposedly called, I think, Beads and Things.
Okay.
Where you can go and you can buy beads. But the things you can also buy are full-size pool tables. What? And they're like, why don't you call it pool tables and things? And then surprise, those things are also beads. Like the beads is the impulse purchase.
Oh, man. Okay, so this conversation has inspired me to look up the weirdest combination stores that are out there. All right, so I'm switching
I gotta see these.
over to
I will also
browser.
Google.
I am on here. I can send you the link in the Discord here. Boom. Let's see the live stream.
Paintball, food storage, violins.
Yeah. That's the one that I'm on. So here it's just pictures of these signs. The first ones, the first one I see is Aves, taxidermy and cheese. I think that's an ad. Affordable
Mabel
cremations.
Peabody's.
No
Mabel Peabody's
like
beauty parlor and chainsaw repair. No, oh my god, I didn't even get to the last phrase. Mabel Peabody's beauty parlor and chainsaw repair nightclub.
Amazing. Military surplus and lingerie.
Oh, funeral parlor and mini golf. Free inside mini golf. Call ahead because play is canceled if there is any funeral work.
Roderick's driving school and John Ron's liquor store.
Tires, knives, and more.
Great. New theater, dance restaurant with a shower. Dentist and Thai restaurant. Okay, that one's not as bad. Dr. Ben Carlos's medical clinic. balloons, tables, and chairs, flying balloons available here. What? Bogies, pizza, and guns.
Flying balloons available here. Are those separate from traditional helium balloons, which can fly if you just let them go?
Colon hydrotherapy massage clinic. Internet and tacos. Hey, that's they're onto something though. Like an internet cafe where you can get tacos though. That's
this
great.
One is. I'm just going through a general Google image search. This one is golf ball outlet and fireworks mega store.
Okay,
I've never seen a place that sells exclusively golf balls and not just general golf or other sporting equipment. Balls only. Discount balls.
It's a whole, like, not even like a small section or just like a small store, but it's a whole fucking like emporium of them. Oh man, that's so wild that this stuff exists.
Oh, I love that. This is a
videos, jewelry, tanning.
This is a newspaper headline that says "Combo Muffler Ice Cream Shop Planned."
Paintball, food storage, and violins.
Right? Again, no other instruments, only violins. Some of these are really specific.
Double shot, liquor, and guns. Drive-through. Archery items now in stock. That's great. I love that. That's great. Anyways, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh, indeed. Something else from last week that I kind of just have to mention here that I thought was kind of an interesting thing. We all know that Tom Cruise likes to do all his own stunts, and he has like broken his leg and does like he's flown helicopters, all of that stuff. Well, apparently, recently, the Navy refused to let Tom Cruise fly an F-18 Super Hornet for Top Gun Maverick. And Melissa, to be honest, I forgot that they were making Top Gun Maverick.
I remember Top Gun Maverick because when I would go to visit my favorite movie theater while it was closed and just look at the outside of it to like give it my energy to sustain it, they did have like one slowly sun fading Top Gun Maverick poster still outside.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah. He's still doing all of this stuff. Good God. He's in his 60s, right?
He's active. He's even more active than my dad. All my dad does is drive a motorcycle. He's never been in the air.
I don't even know, man. That's wild, though.
I looked at this article you linked, and my main takeaway is that I didn't know Top Gun Maverick was being directed by the director of Tron Legacy.
There you go.
That pulls me in. I like Tron Legacy.
Yeah. Joseph Kosinski directs the decades later sequel. It looks like he has a couple of those in his portfolio. Decade later sequels.
Right. Yeah, no matter what you need to what's something else that needs to be revived decades later? Do we need to see a different size of Trouble in a different size of China? Kurt Russell is back.
To be honest, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like us getting Spiral was enough of that. I don't know when they made the last Saw one, but like
Saws are relatively active. A Saw has happened prior to Spiral within the last decade.
Well, yeah, but like when I think of Saw, I think like back when I was in middle school and high school. Like that was when Saw was a big thing, and so it just seems like it's been a decade. I know that they continued making them. Stuff I don't know. What else? What else would be a good thing that needs a good?
If we
good
already
sequel?
talked about this, maybe we did.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we've talked about similar stuff on the show.
God, this week I was going to ask you what are good snacks to bring to the drive-in, because I might go see Shang-Chi at the drive-in next week, and then I remembered I already asked you that last year when I went to see Tenet, and we decided that the answer was a bloomin' onion.
Bloomin' onion, yeah. Oh, man. Fucking bloomin' onion. God. Speaking of that, I did cave and I bought my tickets to go see Shang-Chi. And the theater that I go to has now officially switched to assigned seating. They didn't used to do that in the past. And so, yeah, they were like, hey, pick your seats here. And I was expecting it to be pretty full because they still had their, like, we're only selling 50% capacity. So when I could pick my seats, they didn't have ones that were marked off just for like distance and stuff like that on the app. So you could pick wherever you wanted. But I think they were still only gonna sell like a certain number of tickets. So I don't know, but I'm going that Thursday night.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's out on the 3rd is that Friday. So I'm going on the 2nd at like 6 p.m.
Advanced.
Yeah.
I just asked my brothers, do you guys want to go next weekend? And I'll leave it up to them if Friday or Saturday works better. This is just a programming note to you. So if it's Friday, I won't be here.
It's all good. All good. That's totally okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Let's see what else. I felt like I had another movie related question, but I don't know.
You wrote down in your cinema corner. I just need to ask you about this. Kyle, you watched The Lighthouse.
I did. Yes.
How did you find The Lighthouse? What are your reactions to Lighthouse?
Well, I found it on my Roku TV. I went to the Amazon Prime app, and
how did you find it emotionally?
To be honest, I was bored through most of it. It just like not to say it wasn't good. They were like, it's a weird movie. It is. I think you've told me that. You were like, this thing is an experience. It is out there. It's just strange.
I love it. I've seen it.
Me is that one of the main conflicts is basically who like the like there's a lot more masturbation in there than I expected.
Oh yeah,
and all that stuff of just like who gets to masturbate to what and all that. I was just like, this is really what this movie's about. I guess. I mean, that's pretty real, but like,
okay. I guess when I tell people about this movie in the future, I'll lead with that instead of leading with the black and white 4:3 aspect ratio.
When you think about it and distill it, like that's kind of what that movie's about. They're fighting over who gets to masturbate to what, right. Kind of. But it's also not that. Like I could very much tell that this was like an artsy fartsy film that if you really want to like dig into the layers on the fartsy and all that stuff. Oh yeah, heavy emphasis on the fartsy. You and your goddamn fucking farts.
What I love about The Lighthouse is that when I first saw the trailer, I thought this is like a psychological horror movie. And it kind of is, but mostly it's just like these two buffoons on a little island together.
Yeah. And just completely isolated by themselves. I don't think they specified when it was taking place, but it seemed to be in a long time ago ish, at least in the like 40s.
No. I think this is like late 1800s, early 1900s.
Sure, that makes sense. But I'm saying like at the latest, like 40,
sure,
something like TV really isn't a thing. They probably could have had a radio if they really wanted, maybe, but they don't. Well, I think they do, right? They do turn on some radio. Well, who cares? But yeah, it just it is a horror, but it's a I think it's a horror more so in how it's shot and how it's lit, and just to see these two characters descend into madness, right? It is a horror in that sense, but when you see what they're fighting over, what they're getting annoyed at, all this stuff, it's like, this is just stupid. This is silly. This is ridiculous. But yeah, like I was trying to say, it's also one, like, I'm sure if you really dig into it, you can find all these metaphors and layers, and like it has substance. But it was just not for me. It was just like, yeah, this is boring.
Well, I've seen it 3 times.
There you go. Good stuff. So I did also watch Seberg, which is one of the
you pitched
movies.
this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I pitched this on the review show as something we should watch. It did not get picked. I saw the trailer for this. This is an Amazon original movie, and the trailer sold me. I was like, this looks good. This looks great. It's Kristen Stewart playing the role of Jean Stewart. What's so funny?
I gotta tell you, there was a movie I needed to watch, and the only app I could find it on without actually paying for it was to get a 1 week's free trial of IFC Films Unlimited.
Okay, yeah.
So I watched that one movie, and I'm like, well, I have this for the rest of the week. What else can I find on here? Mostly stuff I've never heard of. I found like 4 movies starring Kristen Stewart. She's all over the Independent Film Channel app.
I think she's in something new right now that people are really excited about, or is something that's about to be coming out, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so Kristen Stewart stars as Jean Seberg, who was a famous actress, especially in France, in, I guess, the end, like late 60s, early 70s, right as the civil rights movement was happening. And this movie is about her and how she kind of gets mixed up in civil rights and with the Black Panthers and stuff like that, and how, as a result, the FBI starts to investigate her and stuff like that, and it essentially ruin her career and her family and all of that stuff. And it does the like thing at the end where it's like, Jean Seberg went on to go do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And then it was like 10 years after the events of this stuff, all of this stuff about COINTELPRO, that the government did all of their illegal investigating into the Black Panthers and stuff like that came to light. So it was kind of about all of that stuff. And the trailer was great. It was amazing. The movie I liked. Didn't like as much. And it was interesting because they're trying to tell her story, but I think the interesting story is more so what's happening like within the Black Panthers and the FBI,
Yeah.
and not her. So it was just like, no, I want to see more of what's happening over there. Like, it sucks what's happening to her, but like it's not really her story. Like it is, but it isn't. Like, you're trying to tell her story, but there's a more interesting story just next door, like the bank and the ice cream store. You're at the bank, but there's a more interesting story right next door. So yeah, but it was still good. I recommend it. It had Anthony Mackie. He was in it. Vince Vaughn is in there for like 3 scenes. Like, he doesn't really do much. They definitely put him in the trailer, so you saw all of his scenes in the trailer. So you could be like, oh, Vince Vaughn is in this. But yeah, it was good. Oh, and Zazie Bates, I believe is her name. She's in this as well. So yeah, worth checking out. And I guess last but not least, from my cinema corner here,
Finish it off.
I finished Banana Fish, which I mentioned last week, as it's in anime that is like a crime drama about this young kid who's the leader of these street gangs, I think out in New York. And that's not wrong. But holy moly, this anime made me cry. It is so good because at the heart of this show, it is about a gay romance. And it is not, I mean, yeah, it's these 2 characters that happen to meet that are just from 2 separate worlds, and they fall in love, but they also do the thing where they don't ever say the word love. They don't say I love you. They don't hold hands. They don't kiss, like all that stuff. But it's their actions that's like these 2 are like madly in love with one another. And it is just like the best, most wholesome relationship. It is great. But the ending is so sad, and I cried so much at the end of this. But it's so good. I highly recommend it. It was great. Absolutely go watch Banana Fish on Amazon Prime. So, good stuff. Or go read the manga, because I know it's based off of a manga that's out there too. So that's that. That's all I got there.
That's good. That's good to know. Let's talk about hot soda.
Before we do, let's take a quick break for housekeeping, and then we'll be right back and talk about some hot soda. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and we'd love it if you would check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in the Whatnauts, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnauts, patreon.com/thewhatnauts is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/thewhatnauts, and we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you want to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnauts.com/store to pick up some merch today. And we are back. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier and above. So thank you, Sam, who has been chilling with us here in the chat. We appreciate it. It means a lot. So thank you. Cool things that we are doing here on the Whatnauts. We are still chugging along with our reactions to Marvel's What If. Episode 4, is coming out on Wednesday, so we'll be recording our reaction to that one. And then we have our end of the month special for the Whatnauts review show, which is our book club style podcast. And believe it or not, this is going to be the first time we cover a book on our book club podcast. We typically do comics and movies and TV shows and all that stuff, but we were like, you know what? Let's spend a whole month reading a book. And as I think we mentioned at the start of the show, House of Leaves is the book we are covering. And I'm excited to talk about this one. It's going to be interesting. I happened to be talking to someone and I mentioned that I was reading this book to them, and they were like, oh yeah, I've read that book. I read it back in high school, but I only found out about the book because of a band called Circus Survive. And I was like, I know Circus Survive. Like, do they have a song about that book? And I think they do, or something is like named after it, or they make reference to it or something on one of their things. So I'm gonna go check that out, and we'll talk about that when we talk about the book, I'm sure, at the end there or something.
Oh,
so
there's a whole concept album attached to House of Leaves.
There you go.
Let me tell you this now, so you have time to do the homework if you want to. The singer Poe, spelled like the guy who wrote about the Raven,
from Circus Survive, is this the one that I was talking about, or no?
Oh, well, the singer Poe has an album called Haunted that is apparently like all about and inspired by House of Leaves, and in turn inspired House of Leaves because Poe is the author's sister. It's like they were working on these projects at the same time and kind of feeding off of each other. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so I think, let me see if I can find the message here in case people want to go look it up. Doop. Where is it? Where did you go? Let's see. Circus Survive. They named a hidden track off their first album with the same name. It plays after a gap of silence after the last song on Meet Me in Montauk. That's all I know. Which, I guess he also mentioned, which is a song about eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
I
don't know. So, yeah, fun fact about that book. So that's what we're up to here at the Whatnauts.
We'll talk more later.
It's good. And we had a blast on crossplay this past week. All 4 of us were on the show. It was great to have all 4 hosts back on that show. So go check out crossplay. Sam mentions, hey, it's one of my favorite albums. Poe's second album, Haunted, is loosely based on House of Leaves. There you go. Interesting. Good stuff. Yeah, hot soda. Melissa. Hot soda coming through. So Mountain Dew, good old Mountain Dew, friend of the show, Mountain Dew. God, I wish that were true.
Let's invite Mountain Dew on. Let's interview Mountain Dew, the concept.
Look, to Mr. Dew himself, we invite you on the show. Come aboard.
Or we'll come to your mountain.
Yeah. They announced a flaming hot soda, a spicy soda. I think inspired by Cheetos Flamin Hot, like that flavor.
I've never heard anybody flip those phrases. I've always heard it as Flaming Hot Cheetos. I've never heard it as like Cheetos,
You know what I mean.
Flaming Hot.
Cheetos, Flamin' Hot. Yeah, so they announced this. Let me pull up the stuff here. Bloop a doop.
There's a little fire guy on the can.
Guy.
He looks mischievous.
Yeah. I'm pulling up an article from Seth Macy over at IGN. Shout out to Seth Macy. One of the super ninfrendos over there. Mountain Dew reveals new Flamin' Hot flavor. Yeah, and it's Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. It is... God, this is gonna be a disaster, but I want it so bad. It's an exclusive flavor that they're selling for a limited time on their online store, available on the 31st. And you bet your ass I'm trying to buy some so I can taste it on the show or something, on the reactor core or something. Because God, this what does a hot soda taste like?
Is it just like a Bloody Mary? I've never had a Bloody Mary. Is that it?
I don't think so, because the Bloody Mary is more like tomato juice, right?
Yeah, but that's a drink that people make spicy. I know it's like tomato juice and vodka and stuff.
Yeah.
But people like pour Tabasco and nonsense in there. And that's the only other spicy drink I'm really familiar with.
Yeah. Process of scientific discovery rewards the bold, those who aren't afraid to ask questions and challenge the status quo. Mountain Dew, long known for its rigorous scientific breakthroughs in flavor technology, has now broken through a barrier once thought impossible by the prevailing attitudes of modern flavor physicists, and is introducing a new Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew flavor exclusively through the Mountain Dew online store.
I gotta tell you, if you asked me, Melissa, what soda is the most rigorous? I guess I would say Mountain Dew.
God, this is they announced the Mountain Dew alcohol. They announced Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. What's next? What are they gonna think of next, Melissa? Mountain
Breakfast
Dew milk.
Dew. Breakfast Dew. Do toothpaste.
They could do toothpaste.
Do vitamins. Mountain Dew gummy vitamins.
Oh God. Sam says it's battery acid. I feel like that would be a spicy drink. Yeah. God, I feel like this is going to be such a disaster. I just imagine this tasting terribly. Or is more of, I wonder if it's going to be more of like a cinnamon flavor. You know how they have the like red hots?
Oh.
I wonder if it's going to be more like that. Or like
I don't know
Fireball.
if you could combine red hot with like the lemon lime profile. But yeah, if it did have like a hot cinnamon aspect to it, I could imagine a hot cinnamon soda. Yeah. I'm sure somebody's already made those in their basement.
Yeah, but like like more of like a cinnamon, like a hot cinnamon soda. That'd be interesting. I wonder if that's what it's gonna be. But I don't know. I'm oddly nervous to taste this.
You're gonna start writing your will now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Weird. So
earlier this week, we got the trailer for Spider-Man: No Way Home, featuring Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx as Electro. Well, we didn't really see Jamie Foxx in the trailer, but we know he's there. And then, spoiler alert for folks, skip ahead a couple minutes, I guess, if you want to know nothing more about No Way Home. We get some Goblin.
One second. We are gonna do our spoiler alert
Oh, sure. I forget you can just bring that up anytime you need to. It doesn't live only in the review show.
There you go. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
We got some Willem Dafoe Green Goblin coming hot off of his exciting role in The Lighthouse. Here he comes to return to be Goblin. We also have possible Sandman. Maybe some Sandman.
Yeah.
And if you look deep in the shadows, Lizard is there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which means
was interesting. But that's the thing. Like, we don't know if they just got like a clip that they like somehow put in there or something. I don't know if that was like a clip from the movie and they stuck it in
fine.
there.
Even if they didn't like actually get who is it? Reese fans? Like, even if he's not there, if they just like copy pasted him out of some frames of the Amazing Spider-Man, that's cool. That's plenty for me. I love that, like, now we have a villain from each of the 5 preceding Spider-Man films. Toby 1, 2, 3, and the 2 Andrews. It leaves us open for possible more people who could be there. It's so exciting. Yeah. I've thought about this all week, how absolutely jazzed I am for just person from one movie will be in other movie. The 3 things, they come together. The 3 things combine, they're together. And that's what this Factory. Is. That's this is the theme of the week, Kyle. You've got movie crossovers. You've got business crossovers. What if Bank bet frozen custard? And you've got you have food crossovers. What if Mountain Dew tasted like Flamin' Hot Cheetos? And sometimes this stuff feels cheap, like we just glued these 2 things together. Who knows if they belong together? Who knows if it works? We know you're going to buy it. But still, when I see these combinations, it gives me a little bit of a thrill. It makes me happy just to see different things making friends with each other and shaking hands and going, oh, let's do something together. And it'll be great or it'll be terrible. But, you know, two entities became friends.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what are other great entity team-ups, Kyle? Be they movie crossovers or we made a food taste like a different food?
Oh man. See, when you wrote this down, I was kind of imagining like what IPs could cross over with food. So like, would you want to see Captain America on a box of Wheaties?
You're right. That is what I wrote was the best times when IPs were together for entertainments and foods. I wanted you to look back and remember, but let's look forward and imagine. Yeah.
I mean, the good ones have to be like E.T. and Reese's Pieces, right? Something more recent would be like Stranger Things and Eggo waffles. Yeah. Or like SpongeBob and macaroni, right? They have the little macaroni shaped things, or like Flintstones and vitamins, right?
Or like when the Simpsons movie. When is somebody else gonna get in on vitamins? Who else can I eat?
Simpsons have a monopoly on vitamins.
So when the Simpsons movie was coming out in like 2007, they like turned certain 7-Elevens across the country into Quickie Marts, and you could get like the big frosted pink donuts there. That's a great crossover.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one.
Space Jam.
I don't think Space Jam had like a particular food, though.
No, well, I'm just talking about in combinations that are good. Space Jam is good.
Space Jam seems like a fruit snack type of thing, that they would have like fruit snacks that you could get that were supposedly shaped like the Looney Tunes. Yeah,
Gatorade, but it's a popsicle. There were Shrek sundaes you could get at Baskin Robbins in 2001.
I've seen that one. I want to let's come up with some new ones though that are ridiculous. Like, what if Terminator had a brand of instant mashed potatoes?
Wow.
Just how baffling it would be to see that in stores.
Or like Terminator crossover with Chili's. You can get your Albi baby back ribs.
Yeah. God, or like Fast and the Furious and
napkins.
Okay, yeah.
Just go to the store. Just pick up. I can't even name you the leading brand of napkins. They're just napkins.
They have to be family size, though.
Family size.
They're all about family in the Fast.
It's a large pack,
movies.
and also the napkins themselves are bigger, so that The Rock can use them.
What about Big Hero 6?
Oh,
hot dogs.
Man, what do they get up to? Yeah, sure. Just put, as we've learned from a couple weeks ago, anything can be mashed up with hot dogs. Right.
Sure, I guess, yeah. It'd be so weird to see Baymax on like a pack of hot dogs with all of them there. Like, why? Why are they on a pack of hot dogs?
He's tooting the horn on like the little. I don't know if they still make Hunter brand hot dogs with like the little Fox Hunter guy on there. Yeah, those were my childhood hot dogs. I'll never forget them.
Oh man. Let's see. What about
I should have thought more about this before we started. This isn't the direction I thought we were going to go in. I should have done homework.
Sam says Rasputin from Psychonauts is apparently on a package of gummy worms somewhere out there. Gummy worms. See,
let's look at
that one.
Here,
that one almost makes sense to me though, because of how like strange those characters look. Gummy worms are like you remember those old commercials where the like kids or the young boys would eat the gummy worms to scare the girls, like, ew, you're eating worms. You'd be like, no, get away from me. Like gummy worms seems like they fit with Psychonauts.
Wow. Oh my God. These aren't just, Sam just sent us a picture. These aren't just any gummy worms. These are Trolli. That's the gummy worms. There's Raz on a package of sour crunchy crawlers.
Yeah.
That's high living.
That's good. Good for them.
Let's think about the main.
If Rasputin from Psychonauts was on, for example, what would be something that they just like would weirdly be on? Like, why are they on that?
Bic pens.
Yeah, like Bic pen or like Cool Whip. It's like, why?
This is the game, but why? Okay, let's think about the major blockbuster movies for the rest of the year. Like, we have Maverick Top Gun, Tom Takes the Skies. Sure, you could advertise sunglasses or like cologne or something. Or a lotion, a men's lotion. But what wouldn't you advertise? What brand should not come together with Maverick Top Gun, Tom Takes the Skies?
What brand shouldn't be with Top Gun?
Like oatmeal. It's Quaker oatmeal, but the the Quaker man's got the sunglasses on, like I'm in Ray-Bans too, and he's in a little plane.
Lingerie.
This is my wingman. This is I would. Oh, that's a question. Now I'm thinking about what branded lingerie I would wear.
Soup.
Wow, that's a question.
Like what brand of lingerie would advertise with?
Branded. Now that you've introduced this concept, like me wearing a very sexy negligee, but it's got like the Green Lantern logo on it.
I mean, I'm sure you can find something like that out there. I'm not putting it past people, but yeah, to see some Top Gun Maverick lingerie from Agent Provocateur or something would be like, what are you guys doing? Why? Why are you doing this? Sam says a Danny Phantom nightgown.
we brought him back, and he's here in your top drawer.
Land Before Time pasties.
Just 2 tree stars.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Funny.
So we were talking about movie crossovers.
I feel like a lot of cartoon characters would be great as pasties and would probably go over pretty well in the strip clubs. At least some of them.
Surely, sir, you would give $1 to Kirby. For like Kirby!
Patrick Starr sitting there with his face where he's just completely shocked. Just, ah!
Or like very, very obscure. Is that Robot Jones? Yeah, I'll tip big for Robot Jones. We were talking about
Mandrake.
Mandark.
Yeah, Mandark, not Mandrake.
I step up on stage. I remove my sexy silk robe, only to reveal a full back tattoo of Mandark. Right, and like that's what I dance to on a loop. No music, only Mandark. So we're talking about great IP combinations, like one Spider-Man meeting another Spider-Man, and great food combinations, like what if Mountain Dew tasted like Cheeto? And now we've gone real.
That's what they can expect when they come to the captain's log. Sometimes we'll bore you to death with like our excitement for Marvel stuff. Sometimes we're just like, what if Agent Provocateur made some like Top Gun lingerie?
Would you purchase it? I may.
Who knows? What if they had Mandark pasties?
Wow. Let's. Are there, back to foods, are there any foods and beverages that ought to combine that haven't yet? Is there anything left? I want to. What do you want in a McFlurry, Kyle?
What do I want in a McFlurry? Sam takes it one step further and says, Mandark pasties brought to you by Verizon Wireless. What would I want in my McFlurry? What else that they haven't done? I mean, you've seen. I've started to see like donuts with cereals on top. I wonder if they could do like cereals in the McFlurry and do like a Fruit Loops McFlurry.
Oh man, I'd take. I would definitely order the Rice Chex McFlurry. Yes, special treat for like Melissa's only. Yes, I'm checking into your hotel. The room is under the name Rice Chex McFlurry.
That's an alias for Melissa from now on. It's your like Wu-Tang name generator name. It's like what is Melissa's Wu-Tang name? Rice Chex McFlurry.
What hasn't an Oreo been yet? An Oreo has been Nutella. I'm just thinking about the major brands that are likely to do food crossovers. What's not a Blizzard yet? Oreos and Blizzards we've already talked about Blizzard flavors to a deep extent.
Oreos have done holiday themed stuff. So we've gotten the the like Halloween ones, which I think were like the pumpkin spice flavored ones. I don't remember. We've gotten Christmas ones, all sorts of stuff, but they're always sweet flavors. I would love to see more savory Oreo flavors. Cheddar Bay
biscuit Oreos.
So, yeah, something like that. Or like here is a barbecue flavor Oreo.
Oh my god! Yeah, let's just switch chip flavors and cookie flavors.
Summer Oreo. The flavor of summer.
I want a Milano Ruffle, which is another one of my aliases.
Yes, that's for when you're in this James Bond movie.
My name is Milano Ruffle, Agent Bond, and Q sent me here to give you a pen. That's also perfect. A bomb.
And if you lick it, it tastes like Oreos. Oh man, yeah, like meat flavored Oreos. Oh god, that's terrible. Or
pork steaks.
Like taco, like a taco flavored Oreo would be interesting. That'd be weird, but yeah.
I want an Oreo that's just corn.
Brisket Oreo,
just corn flavor.
Not even sweet corn, just like regular bland corn. Yeah.
Now with creamed corn filling.
No, but like seriously though, what other flavors would I want an Oreo to be? They've had birthday cake. They've had like chocolate fudge. I would like to see them do a team up with Willy Wonka and do Laffy Taffy flavors or nerd flavors. That'd be an interesting thing.
Isn't the middle of a nerd's rope basically a Laffy Taffy, not officially called a Laffy Taffy?
I wouldn't say it's taffy. I would say it's more akin to like those like Twizzler Poland peel.
Okay.
String things, but it is more gummy.
Kyle.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Laffy Taffy flavor?
Oh God. Definitely not banana. I don't like
banana.
Well,
banana's my favorite.
What is it? I mean, I'm fine with it if I get it, but it is my least favorite.
I love the banana Laffy Taffies, and I love David Eggers' The Lighthouse.
Laffy Taffy flavors. What are the Laffy Taffy? This gonna give me a list of all the Laffy Taffy flavors.
Oh my god.
What are all of the Laffy Taffy flavors? Okay, here we go. Cherry and grape, sour apple, strawberry, banana. Blue raspberry? That seems to be about all that I can see. So my favorites would definitely either be apple or strawberry.
Those are both good. I love that's a good green apple flavor. I Googled
it really
best Laffy Taffy joke to find out if anybody had thoroughly investigated this. I did find a Ranker piece called List of the 25 Funniest Laffy Taffy Jokes of All Time. And I'm like, okay, let me scroll down from top to bottom, see how far it gets me to laugh. I only got to 3. Kyle, how do you get a baby alien to sleep?
I don't know. How?
You rock it.
Okay, there you go. That was a good one. What's next?
Why couldn't the shoes go out and play?
Were they tied up?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Ha. That's a good one. Interesting. But you asked me about McFlurries. Melissa, I want to end this week's show on a pain that I think we all have felt. At some point in our lives, we've gone to McDonald's and we've asked to get like a chocolate shake or a McFlurry or something. And consistently, they've responded with, "Our machine is broken." It's afflicted us all. It's a real situation.
Millions of people suffer every year for just pennies a day. You could buy a McFlurry for somebody in need.
We finally kind of know why. Apparently, there's been a company that has a monopoly on the maintenance of the McFlurry machines. And they have just kind of been slacking. And so there's another company that decided to fix that and make their own tools that could fix these machines. And apparently it's escalated to the courtroom, in which this new company has gotten a the judge has granted a restraining order on the company that had the monopoly. So they can no longer go in.
Okay.
The restraining order is against the company that had the monopoly for the company that made these new tools.
Yes. Okay. So the company that manufactures McFlurry machines is just called Taylor, which is funny. It's just like a human first name. And the company who noticed this problem in the market, that this one company makes the McFlurry machines. When they go down, the McDonald's manager can only call a licensed Taylor certified repair person to come in and see to the McFlurry machine. So, and that can take weeks. They have to order all their parts through that company. That's why they're down so often. So this company called Kitch, I think, Kytch, built their own like
Kitch,
diagnostic repair devices that they were selling to individual McDonald's franchisees, saying, you don't need to go through Taylor anymore. You can use this and fix your own McFlurry machine when it goes down with your own tools. And then Taylor, this article was fascinating, Kyle. And then Taylor like secretly acquired one of those devices and was trying to like reverse engineer it. This is
Halt and Catch Fire season 5.
Exactly. This is all Halt and Catch Fire antics, but it's about an ice cream machine.
It's great. It's great. But yeah, so I mean, just in short, it's escalated to the court, and a judge has finally issued a restraining order on Taylor so that they can't go near Kitch and their devices to figure out how they work.
Because Taylor was saying, hey, McDonald's franchisees, don't use those Kitch machines. They'll break the machine. They're dangerous. They could cause grievous human injury.
Yeah, kind of wild.
And Kitch came back like, no, please stop telling people that. We got to recoup our money. We made this thing fair and square. All we want to do is get McFlurries into the hands of the people.
Yeah. McFlurries for the people. That's what we say here at the Captain's Log. It's words I've always lived by.
That's on our
But
crest.
yeah. It's actually secretly in our logo for the Captain's Log. If you can find it, I'll pay you $10. But yeah. So I'll buy you a McFlurry if you can find it. But yeah, I saw that and just instantly was like, I need to read this because it looks wild. And yeah, this happens so often where you go to McDonald's or you go to whoever, yeah, and it's just like, yeah, our machine is down. Sorry, like you can't get one. It's like, ugh,
I'm just
everywhere. Why?
I'm just thinking about the poster for the social network, and instead it's Jesse Eisenberg's face, and it says, "You don't make 100 million McFlurries without making a few enemies." This is true tech espionage.
It really
but
is. It's
you can
great.
put M&Ms in it.
Would you eat a Laffy Taffy McFlurry?
Oh no. Those textures don't play well together.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be interesting. I would try that before I had more boba. I feel like boba doesn't go together, but I feel like would you have
like a boba tea, but instead of tapioca pearls in the bottom, it's just chunks of Laffy Taffy?
I might. I would at least try it. I'm sure it would be disgusting still.
Yeah.
And it's just like, don't who thought of this? Don't put Laffy Taffy in my tea. It's gross. I don't know. Because I like sweet tea. So sweet tea is the only thing that I like. In fact, I have one here with me from Pure Leaf, and it is their regular sweet tea, and it's not sweet enough. I always have to get their extra sweet, the purple one. They were all out, so I was stuck with this. So I feel like having some kind of like candy at the bottom would make it sweeter, right? But like I'm not trying to have like Laffy Taffy infused tea, like
yeah, I don't
Skittles
think that's how infusion works.
or like Laffy Taffy vodka. So weird.
That makes more sense than tea.
But I just thought that was an interesting thing because I feel like we've all experienced that, right? Like you go and they're just like, so sorry, our shake machine is broken. Oh well.
What's a shake? Never heard of it.
Oh well. But that about wraps us up for this week here on the Captain's Log. So Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at WilkyWit. That's oh my god. That's WILKYWIT. I'm still Googling Oreo crossover flavors. There's a photo of Swedish Fish Oreos.
I think I remember.
I think they're
those.
regular chocolate cookies, but the inside cream is red and is Swedish Fish flavored. And I don't even know what flavor that is. Cherry.
Yeah, cherry.
A Swedish fruit we don't have here in America.
I don't know.
And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kids shows you feel like only you remember. We're going to get to Mandark. We're going to someday we're going to spend a lot of time talking about Mandark.
Dexter's Lab.
We do some special episodes that we call Saturday Morning Giants, where we do spend time talking about a very not at all obscure kids show.
There you go. Sam says, Melissa, is there an episode about Rupert? coming up.
An episode about what?
Rupert.
Oh, we did actually already release an episode about Rupert, like a month or something ago. You can hear us talk about Rupert. That's been one of my favorite episodes we've done. Listen to the Rupert episode. It's a nice time.
The Rupert report. If you guys want to stay up to date with me, I'm at YoKyleSpringer on Twitter. If you guys want to follow all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, you guys can follow us on Twitter at the Whatnauts. Go like, share, subscribe. That would help us out a ton. You guys know the deal with all of that. Yeah, and we will see you all next week on the show. We'll be back for number, I guess, 159. We will see you all then. Bye.
Bye.